Hi guys, happy 2021. I wish you all a happy new year. On today's video, I'm going to unbox the Seafrog housing. Just a disclosure, Seafrog has appointed me their ambassador, so I got all of this for free, but I'm going to give you honest reporting about it. If you are not interested in underwater photography, so please skip this video and go watch the other travel content on my channel. I have a lot of cool content and a lot of cool travel videos coming. If you do want to learn about underwater photography, this is a good opportunity because I don't know anything about underwater photography. So my photography instructor, Elisabeth from Ocean Below, is on her way here to come and explain us how to use and how to set up the underwater gear. Hi guys, welcome to Native Explorer. We are in the beautiful island of Koh Tao and I'm really excited. I got my new Seafrog housing. It has been in the mail for ages, but it's finally here. I have no clue about underwater photography. It's like a totally new game. I'm jumping into deep water, literally. So my photography instructor, Ocean Below, Elisabeth, is going to help me out to figure out how to do it, and later on I'm going to take a photography class with her, but she's going to explain us now what is each part. So just before we start, the housing is for the Sony RX-100 Mark V. I have this camera for 2 years. It's a pretty nice, outstanding camera, small, compact. Sony is very good for underwater photography, so I'm really excited of moving to the next step from GoPro. I really wanted to have the housing for the Sony A7C, but it's still like 6 months down the road, so we're gonna use this one for now.
All right, so this looks like a base plate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the base
Nice
plate
quality.
to mount the camera.
Yeah, kit dive, 2 buttons to mount the housing onto the base plate. And now we have the 2 handlebars here, so let's have a quick look. So with the screws, and then it's got a hand grip. Yeah, super cool. All right, so we have 2 of those. I use one sometimes when I'm freediving and taking photos and video. It's just less hassle to drag around for scuba diving, and when you're using video lights, you always want to. They give you a little bag with some silicone grease, so you can grease your O-ring. Lots of silicone, that's nice.
That's very nice of them.
Nice of them. There's actually also, which is really nice, a spare O-ring.
Okay, so this one you put in the housing.
So there's a nice, feels good, nice O-ring. An O-ring remover, which is great. So you don't have to pull or stretch your O-rings. You can just, you know, put this in and flip out your O-ring without pulling too hard.
I would never know what this thing is unless you told me.
O-ring remover.
Cool.
Great little tool to have. They have a little neoprene cover to protect your housing when you're traveling. This is for your normal lens, you know, that you put on, not the dome.
Okay. And
then you can put it in here and then lift this
and protect.
And this one over to protect it.
And this one you can take to the water, right?
This one you could take to the water, but I would take it off on the surface, boat. Because it's quite a hassle to carry, to take it off. And it's a lot of neoprene to have on the water, and then you become buoyant.
Positively buoyant.
They give you some anti-fog sheets as well. Probably if you would do video and you film a lot in 4K, it could be that the battery is heating up a little bit, and then you have a chance of fogging. So in that case, I would use probably the anti-fog sheet. The user manual, read it. Always read it. Make sure how you have to maintain your housing if you want to use it a little bit longer. And once you invest in a nice little silicone case or something, you can put your stickers on. So they come up with a couple of stickers.
Nice.
Jaws proof. So you can come with me on a tiger trip to the Bahamas, because even in the mouth of a shark, it's safe.
The housing.
All right, let's lift that out. Ooh, very nice. So we can just focus on this beautiful housing. Man, that looks like really nice
quality. It looks really robust.
It looks beautiful. I love.
Looks like you can control all the functions.
Yeah, I love the clips that they put on the side as well. They're very durable. These ones, like not made out of plastic, very good. And this is for your strobes.
For the lights.
Yep, for the strobes, strobe lights. And there's a vacuum pump system. That's amazing. That's really good.
So technically, if you have the vacuum pump system, you shouldn't get foggy, right?
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
And also, it gives you this extra security when when this one is vacuumed, and probably there's a little light that's going to indicate and tell you that that you're safe to go in the water. Then you also have less stress.
Right.
About how we normally take the cameras in the
water. They should have a detector somewhere.
Yeah, there should be something alike. We'll figure that out. But normally, slowly, you take your housing in the water and you check if there's no bubbles coming out. You still want to do this, to make sure.
Right.
But this vacuum is just going to give you an extra security of, not having, not having to stress too much. There's another nice little cover over the lens. So that looks good. We like little boxes.
Yeah.
What's in it?
I don't know.
Oh, this is for the vacuum.
This is the vacuum pump.
There's a user manual. I'm gonna first suggest that everybody reads this very, very well, because it could be that we have to install the vacuum ourselves.
This one checking for the leaks.
That will check the leaks that will blink, because it looks like there's little lights inside.
What is this?
Oh, did you know what you ordered?
So this is a 6-inch dipole, I think, and this is 4-inch.
I guess, because this one you should be able, you see there's a screw thing here, but you should be able to put macro lenses, like wet lenses, on the outside. So while you're diving and you see a seahorse, you might not want to use the macro lens, but if you see like a tiny little nudibranch, you might want to screw it on the water so you can get better magnification of your topic.
Talking about wet lens. This is the wet lens.
Alright, here we go.
So this is the main lens I'm going to use,
Optical fisheye lens shade. Now this one I'm very curious about.
So this one they call it a wet dome.
A wet dome. Okay. So
this is a 4-inch wet dome.
Okay.
They say the amplification coefficient of 0.7, so I guess it does a little bit grow the picture, but basically it's supposed to correct for the distortion.
It's going to correct exactly, because when we go on the water, everything appears closer and bigger to us, right? So we need something to rectify that. It goes to 60 meters depth. Very nicely packed. Here, nicely packed. I love the protection material for all the lenses. This is what we call here a wet dome, or a wet wide-angle lens. So this is what I just told you before with the macro lens that you can screw it on. See? You have to align it properly before you start screwing, otherwise the thread is going to be damaged. But so it will be like this. Oh, by the way, these ones are sunshades. Okay, so you want to always have one on the top and one on the bottom.
And this is the red filter.
This is the red filter, beautiful. Okay, so inside we have here a red filter.
So the red filter goes inside?
And it's great because it's not too orangey, and you want that, because the darker it is, the more light it's going to take out, and the higher your ISO needs to be. That's kind of cool too.
You need a red filter because the red disappears under the water, so you compensate it.
So actually what the red filter does, it filters the blue out of the water. Yeah, so if you're very shallow, it's no point, because everything becomes very red, because, the deeper you go, the more blue you get. So it needs to filter out the blue. Yeah, so it works best lower than 6 meters.
Most important part of the video, installing the camera in the housing.
So this is an RX-100 Mark V Sony. Right. Remove all accessories from it. So we just remove this one, make sure that doesn't go inside the housing. And then you open up your housing. And then as you can see, we have
the
O-ring in here.
So this is a spare one.
That's a spare one. And we have a second O-ring, so it here inside the housing. So you can see that it's double safety, which is really good. Plus the vacuum, it's going to be a very safe thing. This is the control aperture ring. Use this part for the Sony 3-4-5 camera. So this one we do need, okay?
Okay.
So this one you have to put it around your little lens. Oh, there's a beeping sound of some sort. There's here at the bottom, you can see there's a little strip. And if I touch it, so it's a bit moist, my fingers, because it's hot here and we're sweating, you see there's an alarm already going off. Yeah.
So if this alarm is beeping, go up to the surface immediately.
Go up to the surface, make sure you hold your camera straight and, you know, open it, take the camera out, take the battery out, and put it in a bag of rice and hope for the best. All right, so let's have a look. So normally before you go diving, we're not going to go in the water today. You want to grease your O-ring, and the way you use your little O-ring remover is by not pulling too hard, but you just want to flip it underneath, and you can see that it already goes up a little, and then just make sure that it comes out.
And you grease it inside?
You grease the O-ring separately, okay? And normally if you do a couple of dives, you want to always, you know, whenever you open the camera, you go with your finger around it and you feel if you don't feel any sand or anything on it, and you can grease it on top. But if you don't use the camera for a couple of days or for a week, just a tiny bit, I always put it between this one and then go around the O-ring.
Like this?
Yeah. And then try not to stretch it, just go slightly along the O-ring. To put the O-ring back inside, you just want to be very careful not to like super stretch it out. You need to stretch a little to get over the angles, but you see it's quite a snug fit. Yeah. Go with your fingers, make sure, look if you see no hairs and stuff on it, and then you're good to go. Preferably, again, close them at the same time, just to have that pressure. And then test over here if they're still good to go. Okay, so the viewfinder you have to activate to be able to swap between the two. This is really nice as well, yeah? Sometimes when the sun comes in the back and you can't see your screen very well, see that? Then
so what
you can look through
do?
your viewfinder. This one, I think, a sunshade, so you could put that on. Yeah, exactly. So we have a better view of.
Yeah.
And then this one you can attach so you don't lose it. And if you don't want it, you can take it off and let it dangle.
And I'm going to take the first selfie. Seems like a super professional housing.
Feels good.
It's not too heavy.
No.
Yeah, I can't wait to use it.
Beautiful. Looks good.
We changed the dry lens and now we can install the wet lens on it. It took a lot of brute force to put the lens on.
We still have the plastic protection on it, but look how wide.
Wow. Can't wait to use the camera in the water.
And hopefully photograph some whale sharks.
Hopefully. Still never seen a whale shark. 20 years diving, not one single whale shark.
That's terrible.
I know. Thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in buying the Seafrog housing, you can get a 10% discount code. I will put the discount code on the description below. Thank you, Elisabeth, for showing me. I'm looking forward for the photography course with my new camera setup.
Thank you guys for watching.
Make sure to comment, like and subscribe. See you on the next episode with the results of what I can do with this new setup. Perfect conditions for the first day to start my camera in the open water. I'm gonna have 2 subjects.
Hopefully not the last one.
I'm hoping no coconuts are coming down.
Yeah, I almost died the other day lying on the beach and filming, making a time lapse, and the coconut fell on my head.